Well, let's get inside those newspapers. We're in the company of David Wooding, political editor of The Sun on Sunday, and Jemma Forte, broadcaster, journalist and novelist. Jemma, with you we start. And so yesterday another email came to light. This is in the Times, takes up a couple of pages in the Times, and you've got a civil servant saying that the Prime Minister gave the green light to the evacuation of Penfarthing's staff and animals from Kabul, and Johnson then says, oh, no, not me.
Yeah, that's right. Always his default position is to lie. So you'll all remember everybody scrabbling.
You say lie because you believe no civil servant would have made this up, that would have been
well,
there,
I think we've got email evidence
documented.
Here in the Times. So, yes, OK, so it hasn't been proven at this point. What's interesting about this is that this is about Penfarthing, who scrambled to get all these animals out of Kabul. At the same time, we had thousands and thousands of people trying to get out, many of whom had been working for the British government. Now, I think there'll be lots of people who absolutely were delighted that the animals got out. And in fact, that particular carrier couldn't have taken humans. So it's a little bit of a sidebar. It did take some time and effort, but probably not on Boris Johnson's part. And I just feel in my bones that if at the time, if he did give this the go-ahead and signed it off, if he'd owned it, if he just said, yes, I did do that, and it didn't affect anything to do with getting people out, but it saved these animals, and I thought that was the right thing to do.
And I have a dog myself, and this carrier would have flown out empty.
Exactly. Yeah. So, as far as I'm concerned, getting those animals out was a side issue that was a good thing. And if he signed that off, if he'd owned it, this wouldn't be coming back to bite him in the bum now. So the issue is the lie, if it is a lie, allegedly, etc. But that's the point, as far as I'm concerned. And it just shows again a style of governance which is very chaotic. Yeah,
so he didn't own it, Jemma says, David. What do you mean?
Yes, I mean, at the time when Penfarthing, you had this 170, I think, 180 cats and dogs who wanted to move out. A lot of animal lovers were backing him up. But what was important was that Boris Johnson's wife, Carrie Johnson, is close friends with his UK PR man of Penfarthing, and it was thought that she was pulling a few strings within Number 10, which was strongly denied. And of course, now this email has emerged saying that Boris Johnson had signed this off, which Number 10 denied.
I think Gemma's right. If he can turn around and say, look, it doesn't really matter who authorised it or not, they got out and this aircraft would have been flying empty. Or we couldn't have taken people. It's the juxtaposition of all the poor people trying to get out of Kabul that is the problem here. But we knew there were flights taking off empty. We knew that was happening regularly.
And I probably should say that Ben Wallace has denied that the Prime Minister had anything to do with it, and so has Jacob Rees-Mogg, although Jacob Rees-Mogg is also the one who prorogued Parliament and went to see the Queen about that. So
maybe we should have another inquiry. Sue Gray could maybe take this one as well.